Welcome to Trauma
Pero no
Drama
with KSB.
I'm Karina, the oldest.
I'm Susie, the middle.
And I'm Vanessa, the youngest.
So grab your popcorn and your tissues
because you're gonna need it
while we unpack all the drama and the trauma.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of Trauma, Pero No Drama. I'm here with my sisters, Karina and Susie.
Hi.
So, do we have anything that we want to talk about?
Yes. I had a really messed up dream that I want to talk about because they say that if you have a bad dream, you're supposed to say it out loud so it doesn't actually happen. So si tienes una pesadilla, la tienes que decir para que no pase. I had a really messed up one yesterday. So in my dream, we went to this lady's house. Now, I'm not sure if the lady had a name because I don't remember her having a name. Pero que fuimos a la casa de una señora and all of the kids were little. Y que cuando llegamos, yo sabía que something wasn't right. There was something about the lady that I didn't trust. But all I knew is that the kids could not be left alone with the lady, no matter what. And that because they were all little, she had like a package of diapers sitting on a couch for if they needed to be changed. Y que yo traía una niña chiquita. And her name was Isabella. And that she needed a diaper change. And that I went to reach for a diaper on the couch. Y la señora no me dejó. She's like, no, de esos no. We need to get a diaper from this other room. So I was like, okay. But she's like, I can do it. And like, no, thank you. So that she took me into this other like room, like a bathroom, donde tenía una caja de pañales. And the box was like broken. You know, like if the box is like beat up and it's kind of bent and like just kind of like thrown under, like if there's stuff on top of it. Y así se veía la caja y que algo se veía raro de la caja. Y que la señora me decía, ahí están los pañales en esa caja. She's like, I'll hold the baby. No, you won't. Y que yo, like, I had the baby, like, holding her, and I'm, like, trying to open the box with one hand as best as I could, but I knew that I couldn't give her the baby. And I finally got the box open, y estaba llena de servilletas. The servilletas que pones en la mesa cuando comes. There were no diapers in there. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. She's like, let's go into this other room. Y que me llevó a otro cuarto para cambiar la niña y que ahí habían pañales. Y este otro cuarto se veía raro porque había una cama grande, like a king-size bed. Mm-hmm. Y que atrás de la cama estaban like cabinets, like kitchen cabinets. And then there was like a bathroom off to the left side. Y que me dijo, you can change her in here. And I'm like, okay. So I started looking for diapers, and because it was a room and I was by myself, no estaba nada, nomás era yo en el cuarto, donde estaba la cama, los gabinetes y el baño. So yo sentí que estaba bien si yo ponía a la niña en la cama. So puse la niña en la cama y empecé a buscar los pañales en los gabinetes. And I finally found the diapers. So I grab a diaper and I turn around to change the baby, and the baby's gone. I couldn't find the baby anywhere. And I started looking under the bed, in the room, and the only thing that I could find was under the bed, abajo de la cama, estaba un perrito. Y el perrito se veía como Charlie. Pero que la niña no estaba en ningún lado. Y que yo empecé a llorar en hyperventilate, que no podía respirar ni podía sacar las palabras, que esta señora se había robado la niña. Entonces yo salí del cuarto. Y cuando salí del cuarto estaban otras personas ahí. No me acuerdo específicamente quién. Like, no me acuerdo si eran ustedes o era gente que yo conocía en el sueño. But there were other people in the room. And that I couldn't talk. And Alex kept asking me, like, what's wrong? Because I was crying and I couldn't breathe. And he kept asking me what was wrong. And I finally got the words out and I said, she took the baby. And the lady's like, what are you talking about? Que ella se hacía la que no sabía de qué estaba hablando yo. Y les empezaba a decir que ella se llevó la bebé, que no sé dónde está la bebé. Y que de repente, well, there was like a break in the dream, porque no me acuerdo cómo se how to transition into the next part. Pero que en la próxima parte estaba el papá de esa señora sentada en el sofá en la sala. Y que vi que traía un pocket knife. Traía uno de esos, una navaja en su bolsillo. Y que me senté junto a él, le quité la navaja y que lo maté. Y luego después la señora that had kidnapped the baby, I kept trying to get her to admit, que me dijera que ella se había llevado a la niña, que me dijera dónde estaba y que no me decía. So I took the knife that I had, la navaja con la que había matado al papá, and I stabbed the in the eye. I just kept stabbing her. And then, like, I kept trying to tell her, and she's like, you're going to regret, you can't kill me. And then she died. She just died. And I woke up, like, freaked the out. Porque I think that as a parent, that is a fear, which is kind of what we want to talk about today, is what are your fears in life and how do you manage those fears? And I think that a fear to every parent is being the right amount of protection for your kids. You know, cuidarlos, no cuidarlos de más, dejarlos crecer, dejarlos hacer cosas, pero también ser sus protectores, porque el mundo ahorita está tan feo, and you hear so much stuff about human trafficking and all this stuff. And that was just such a messed up dream. Like, I was just freaking scared. And it reminded me que cuando fuimos a México, Alexis, ese era uno de sus miedos de él, que algo pasara con las niñas. O siempre era muy, muy específico de que tenías que estar de este lado de la carretera y siempre tenías que estar o junto a mí o junto a él, y nunca podían caminar atrás de nosotros. Siempre tenían que estar either next to us o enfrente de nosotros. So I thought that was a really jacked up dream.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, that's not even a dream. That's
scary.
A nightmare.
Yeah, that was really, and it felt so real too. Like, I've never killed anybody in in real life or in my dreams.
Well, I think that's every parent's fear.
Yeah.
Because I know that's my fear too.
Same. Yeah, but como dices tú, like Alex saying, like the girls have to walk on this side and walk in front of you, not behind you. I stick to that. Here, no matter where I am, I always make sure that she's next to me or in front of me. I never let her walk behind me or, like, you know, go and wander to where I don't know where she is.
Well, I'm the same. Like, even in the stores, like, I have to yell at Jimena sometimes that, like, you need to come, like, in front of me. Mm-hmm. Not just, like, in Mexico or anywhere, but, like, even at the stores, because there's so many people that are so up in the brain that they're everywhere pretty much, and we just don't know when they will pop out. And that's my biggest fear also.
Yeah, pero como dices tú, like, I think it's really hard finding, well, for me, it's really hard finding that balance of being protective, because, como dices tú, you gotta let them grow up and experience the world. Pero I see, like, the world is, I feel like it's such a messed up place. It's not the same place that we grew up in. Or será that, like, we didn't hear as much about it when we were growing up. But now that you're a parent, you hear all these things and you're like, what is the world?
Isn't it crazy how when you're a child, your world is so little, and as you grow and expand your knowledge of the world and how it really works, it's like a completely different puzzle piece.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like each stage of life you get a different puzzle piece, and it's not always a good one, but you as you grow, you get like these different little pieces that you got to find a way to connect and work with and make them fit.
So on the topic of fears and parenting, I think that right now I'm in a stage in my life where both of my girls are in high school. So I know that I only have a few years left before, you know, they become adults and they start experiencing the world on a different level. And not being able to be there and to protect them. Like, if they go off to college to another state, I'm not going to be there. And I'm already thinking about all the things that I need to teach them, you know, about being on your own and not trusting everybody, even when you think that you can trust them. Like that's probably one of my biggest current fears is making sure that I prepare my girls to go out into the world. Porque no quiero que ellas se vayan y tengan miedo del mundo, pero tampoco quiero que se vayan de mi casa y se vayan que pueden confiar en todo lo que está afuera, because you can't.
Yeah. I also have that fear, not on your level because my Josie's still little, but I definitely do have that fear of like no cuidarla lo suficiente, like dejarla tener su infancia, pero inculcarle también, like como dices tú, that you can't trust everybody.
Yeah.
And she's such a, like, you guys know her, she's such a tender soul and she loves helping people. I think she gets that from me. I want her to know that you can't help everyone because that's one of the hardest things that I've had to learn.
Yeah.
And I have a fear of not being able to teach her that or teaching her the wrong way and her like losing that light in her to help others.
Yeah. That makes sense. What about you, Missa?
I'm just in shock of your dream.
Yeah, it was messed up, I'm telling you.
That's some scary stuff. I have a few fears too, like that. Como dice Susie, like my kids are still small. And I think like now that Jimena's getting bigger, like I need to teach her that too. That she can't trust everybody, especially like adults,
Yeah.
certain adults around her and stuff. But I have a bigger fear of me dying. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. I'm scared. Like, my biggest fear is that, like, we're not always going to be here, you know? And the sad part is that our kids are supposed to, like, bury us. But I'm also scared, like, me dying and not getting to see my kids grow or be adults and stuff.
So is your fear to grow old and die, or is your fear to die before you get to be old?
To get old. That's like my biggest fear.
To get old, like you don't want to grow
No,
older?
no, like I know I'm gonna get old. Hopefully, Diosito me da la licencia to get old. But like my biggest fear is to just die and like not see my kids grow.
I think that's a fear that everybody has. And it's going to sound weird, but I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of dying a life that I never lived. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
yo no me quiero like me voy a morir y yo lo entiendo. Y no me quiero morir más pronto de que yo pueda ver a mi niña crecer y tener su familia and all that, pero
Our grandkids.
pero
I have
tampoco
stories
no
to
me
tell
quiero morir
I have
y,
stories to tell my
y
grandkids.
saber que nunca disfruté, nunca viví la vida like to the full. I don't want to be on my deathbed and look back and trying to, you know, recap my life and not have any
Good memories, like pretty memories, like
Sé que las
things.
voy a tener. I know I'm going to have a million memories, good memories, bad memories, pero like I want to experience life. No sé cómo explicarlo.
One of the things that I always try to remind myself is somebody once told me, like, live your life without regrets, right? Don't have any regrets in your life. And I always try to remember that because you don't want to look back at your life, like you're saying, and say, dang, I wish that I had done this, or I wish I would have done that different, or I wish we're all going to have those. But when you have a list, a nonstop list, you didn't you didn't live your life the way that you should have. And I think that that's what you're talking about.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely afraid of that. And I know that, you know, not everybody has that fear. Like, I think a lot of people are like, Vani, like, you're afraid to leave, like, you know, to die. But I'm not afraid of that.
I am. I'm also afraid that imagine you laying in your casket and not being able to breathe. I don't know, just
How are you
that
going to
freaks
breathe
me
if you're
out.
dead?
Ay,
That's
for
what I'm
real.
saying. Like, my alma va a estar penando y voy a decir, breathe, breathe. You can't breathe, breathe. Or like, cuando me vayan a enterrar, like, I'm gonna feel suffocated.
Claustrophobia.
Yeah,
Is
like,
that
I'm gonna be like,
is that the word?
Claustrophobic.
I'm gonna know mi alma muerta is gonna be like, I can't breathe, puta tierra. Quítenme la puta tierra. Or like, have like maggots eat me. Like, that's my biggest fear. Like,
You could
also,
get cremated.
Like, I know. Hold on, I'm getting there. I don't want to look up from heaven because I am gonna go to heaven. I don't know. I'm gonna go to heaven. I don't want to look down from heaven and be like, oh my god, I hate moscas. All the moscas eating me.
The irony.
That's my fear. That's my fear.
Sí, cierto, güey.
Moscas.
Decídeme tomar las moscas.
Moscas. Everybody knows moscas are my fear, and they gross the out of me.
Y te van a comer todos los
Yes,
maggots.
los maggots turn into flies, and the moscas and the maggots, todo,
Ay, Dios
todos los pinches insects me van a comer, and I'm just gonna look up there and I'm like, oh, my biggest fear. And then, y si me cremated, me van a quemar, güey. Voy a ver de allá en el cielo que me están quemando en vida. Bueno, no en vida. Ya voy a estar muerta, ¿verdad? Pero me van a quemar. ¿Tú piensas que mi mente va, like, my espíritu va a aguantar que me chamusquen?
¿Tú nomás imagínate que estás en un sauna?
No, mana, they burn everything. Your casket, y nomás queda
You
todo
don't burn
los
your
huesitos así.
casket. Te meten así. Just,
Yeah, they put you in a little tray. And then they throw you in the
Yeah.
oven and the fire just
you don't
goes.
get a casket.
Girl,
You
bye.
get burned in your casket, don't
No.
They collect you in a little urn. All your ashes.
you? So there's no point of you buying you guys buying me a casket
No,
then if I'm
creo
gonna
If
que
get
you get
burned.
cremated, you don't get a casket.
No, if you get cremated, I think you can rent one so that para que te puedan, like, your visitation.
So
but
así tan bajo voy a caer yo from you guys. You guys are gonna rent me a casket where other dead people laid in. No offense, dead people, but
There's no dead people in it because there's no body.
what do you mean?
Your ashes are gonna be in a little vase.
yeah.
There's no body that would have been if you're. I would hope that they're not renting.
I think they. Oh, I
Your
don't want
Oh,
the
God.
casket. I know what you mean. You get to rent your casket. Cuando me estén velando así.
Do they actually rent caskets?
Well,
That's
I
true.
mean, if you're gonna do like a visitation for people, to come and
You
say
put
their
the little
goodbyes.
urn on a little.
No,
I've seen.
no me van a. You guys hearing this? No me van a velar. You guys are not gonna velar me.
Is that where you pray for like 9 days straight on your knees and pass? Oh, there's another revoked. No, but back to the cremation. A mí también me da miedo que me. ¿Cómo se dice cremation in Spanish?
Que
Ay,
te
Dios
quemen
mío.
viva allí. Bueno, no viva, pero ya muerta. Toda tiesa.
I'm sure there's a word, pero también me da miedo.
Cremar.
That's not the word.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
She's so confident. Cremar.
It is.
Cremar la tostada.
I'm over here tirando mis lágrimas de cocodrilo, being for real, and you guys over here making fun of me.
No, but I'm also afraid of getting cremated porque dicen que si te vas al infierno, te quemas, right? Like you burn in hell, quote unquote. So I feel like
I don't know
if
about
they,
you guys, but I'm going to heaven.
So if they burn my body, in my mind, that's what that's what they're doing. They're burning you like in hell. I don't know. I told Alex like you better not f***ing burn me. I expect to be in the casket in the ground being fed to the little worms.
So you're going to let the maggots eat you?
Yeah.
I hope when I die, I hope I don't die in a few years. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. That's not wood. That's not wood. Wood freaking.
It is wood.
Well, oh,
Bamboo does bamboo count as wood? I don't know.
I don't
Daniela said no. Denied. We'll just pretend it's wood.
know. Okay.
Okay.
Well, ya se me fueron las chivas.
Bah.
I don't remember what I was going to say. See?
that you don't want to be cremated.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you don't die in a few years.
Yeah, that. And I hope there's more tecnología cuando ya esté yo viejita.
Que te puedan frizar.
No,
They
disgusting.
can already do that, can't they?
Oh.
Isn't Walt Disney frozen somewhere?
Ew, that's disgusting.
Ah.
May he rest in peace, right? But I don't want to be frozen in a freezer, que me esté congelando yo así. No.
She doesn't
Que me
want to be
hagan-
hot. She doesn't want to be cold. She doesn't want to be eaten by worms. ¿Qué quieres
I don't know,
entonces?
pero que yo no sufra. Que me
I
hagan en
know.
un diamante,
She wants to
no
be
sé.
Your
taxidermied.
soul isn't gonna, huh?
Huh?
Isn't taxidermied? Isn't that like when they do it, like cuando te desecan and you like?
Como carne seca.
Like beef jerky?
No, isn't that how you say it? I don't know if that's the right word. Pero
idea
cuando
what
they like, they like when you go to a restaurant and they have those deer heads on the wall, or those animals that are like real life
A
animals,
mannequin?
but they're all. Like,
I don't know what the word is, but like a stuff where they stuff you.
Yeah, that's what she wants.
No,
No, I don't
manches.
want that.
Que estés ahí en la sala.
Que mis nietos, Grandma, read me a story. Y yo,
Side-eyeing them.
Oh gosh.
no, but yeah, that's my fear. Me dying.
My fear isn't necessarily dying because, to Susie's point, I think everybody's going to get there at some point. But my fear is dying and not remembering. And I have a lot of memory issues. Like, I forget everything.
Like
Todo se me olvida.
Insomnia.
So my biggest
Dude.
insomnia is when you don't sleep. Wait.
Like dementia and Alzheimer's.
there you go.
That's my
Yes.
that's one
That's
top
my
tier.
biggest fear.
Yeah.
And I tagged you guys in a TikTok video, so go and watch it. But, when you think about, like, The Notebook, remember how, like, the husband would read her that story over and over to try and hope and pray that she would remember who he was? That's my biggest fear, that's
Yeah.
going to be me.
For
and
sure.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you.
This family is full of bullies.
I've never watched that movie.
What the
She was
That's why you were laughing this whole time? Okay, well, The Notebook is about a lady that has dementia. Is it dementia? I think it's dementia.
I think so.
So that's my biggest fear, is that I'm going to get, if I do make it. You suck. You're ruining my crying moment. You already had yours.
Sorry.
I can't deal.
Can
I
I
don't know why you
finish
guys are
now?
laughing. I'm not laughing.
Can we go back to my moment? Okay. So my biggest fear is that I get old, but I can't remember my kids.
Oh, no.
Like, I can't imagine leaving this earth and not being able to properly say goodbye to the people that I love and the people that mean the world to me. I can't imagine not being able to properly say goodbye to everybody. I want to be like the old lady in This Is Us. Let me guess, you didn't see that either.
No, she didn't. I told her to. She didn't.
Where she's able to say bye to everybody and know who they are. Like, that's my hope.
Like, naming all of the people.
At least know who they are. Like, know who you're saying bye to.
That's sad. I think that's one of my fears, too.
I think you just unlocked a new fear for her.
You did. I didn't have that fear until now that you're saying.
Lo siento.
Yeah, but that's one of my fears. Severe fears. That, I'm going to forget everything and everyone.
Like, you're not gonna remember
all,
special
and all my
things.
memories. Like, all my good memories.
Like, no te vas a acordar cuando te casaste. Like,
No.
you're not gonna know who that chiquilla's over there.
No.
You're not gonna know who you are. Like you're gonna forget everything. Oh no, that's scary.
Yeah. I think
New fear unlocked.
My bad.
I think of another fear for me is that when I die, And I've cried in the car so many times thinking about this stupid fear because for some reason, and on my ride
To
home,
work.
yeah, or to or from home, like to work or whatever, does your mind ever like wander into
Oh,
like
yeah.
stupid territory?
Sometimes, because we both have a long drive to work, almost an hour. Sometimes I'll realize, dude, I haven't even turned on the radio, and I'm like 5 minutes from work because my
Yeah.
mind just went into space.
Yeah, I think I can't even talk about it. Is that when I die, like
Don't worry, me and Miss, I will ruin your sad moment. Go ahead.
when I die, and that like Dios no quiera that Ivan dies, that my Josie will like have to go to her funeral by herself because she doesn't have any siblings. Like that is my biggest fear, is that she will be at that funeral with like no one with her.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
I never knew that you had that fear. But the good thing is, Josie has built sibling-like relationships with her cousins,
Yeah.
so she will never, even
She
if
will never
even
be
if she's an
alone.
only quote unquote only child her whole life, she will never truly be an only child. And I know that we've
Right.
talked about before, like the whole lonely or only child syndrome and how kids have that. Josie doesn't have that because she's surrounded by cousins that love her and treat her like a sibling, and she acts like the bossy older sister to the younger ones. So,
Yeah.
she'll always have someone, but I can understand how that would be
A
a
big
fear
Yeah,
for you.
like it's like I don't want her to go through something like that. And I mean, I know she's gonna have to experience it on her own because I mean her cousins are her cousins, like we're not their parents. So she's gonna have to grieve the loss of parents on her own. Like especially if like me and Ivan are like whoever goes first, whatever, whoever goes last, like at least like if one of us goes, the other one will be there for her to help her like cope. But like the second one to go, she's gonna be on her own. And that's I've cried in the car over like just overthinking that over and over like so many times. I don't know. It's scary to think.
Like my fear with that if is me and Alex passing away together. Like if we're in the car and like when we go away, like siempre me persino before we leave if it's just me and him and we're going far, because I never want to leave my girls, like you said, without any parent. And yeah, they'll always have their family, but to your point, it's different. Like my girls, like they'll have each other to be able to talk and share stories because they live in the same house. So I can totally understand like your fear for Josie, but it's fucked up
Yeah.
to think
Yeah.
about that. I never,
I don't
like I
know.
said, I never knew you that was a fear of yours.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, her being the only child, she has the time of her life. She gets everything she wants. And I'm sure she loves it. But, like, on my end, I think of all, like, the what ifs.
The adult stuff
Yeah.
that kids don't think about.
Yeah. That she shouldn't have to think about.
Right. You either, but that's the reality of life. The other
Yeah.
day, we went to Alex's step grandma, I guess we call her technically. The anniversary of her death or her birthday. I can't remember which one. It was her birthday. On her birthday, we went to the cemetery to bring her flowers and do a prayer, and we started talking about like where we're gonna get buried, because that's something that we should probably figure out. Like he always talks about, like that should not be something that you leave for the girls to figure out. Like we should know where we're gonna go. And I always said that I wanted to be buried in Mexico. But he says, are you really going to go so far? Because your girls are not going to be able to go visit you if they're feeling sad, or if they really want to go talk to you and they feel like that's a safe space for them to go. How are they going to do that if you're so far?
Sí, cierto. Yo nunca había pensado en eso. Porque la vida de ellos está aquí.
Es lo que él me sigue diciendo.
That's why I want to be cremated. So that Josie can turn me into a stone and take me with her everywhere.
Alex said que él quiere ser cremated so that he can be in the living room watching them at all times. He doesn't want to be left out of any party.
I told Ivan to cremate me so I could go live with him and his new wife too.
Oh my
He
God.
said no.
He said no.
Well, I don't know what Vida is going to do because I don't want to get cremated anymore. Because I did want to be cremated until I thought of it, like they're going to burn me. And then I don't want to be buried, so he has to figure it out.
Taxidermy you.
What's that?
What is the solution? You don't want to be cremated and you don't want to be buried. Like, what other option
Well,
is there?
hopefully
¿Quieres que te
science is in
avienten
advance
al-
gonna die.
¿Quieres que te avienten al ocean so that the fish can eat you?
What?
Te avienten al ocean? What the
No.
I don't think that's a legal option, but it can be an illegal option.
No, I don't want to be eaten by fishes.
So denied.
I don't know what I want then.
Does Fidel tell you what he wants?
I have a
He
solution.
says he wants to get buried with his dad, I think. But then I also tell him, like, what Alex told you, like, your kids are not going to go see you.
Yeah.
If I end up deciding if I want to be buried, I think I'm going to be buried here. Because my whole life has been here.
Right.
And I want my kids to go visit me. Aunque no quieran. Si no quieren, voy y les jalo las putas
Es lo
patas.
que iba a decir yo.
Le voy a jalar las greñas con las patas.
Remember,
Yeah.
my favorite flowers are roses.
Mine are azucenas. Just putting it out there, you know.
Shocker.
I don't want to be buried. You guys want to know why I don't want to be buried? Because yo no quiero ser una de esas tumbas que ya like
Forgotten?
generations and generations and generations when you're not important anymore.
And they take you out.
Like, no.
In Mexico, they do that.
Your tombstone is just like sitting there rotting, falling apart, forgotten. I don't want to be one of those.
So, ¿qué va a pasar when the generations and generations and generations have you in a tiny little vase? Who is this? Oh, I think that's your great grandma.
I'm gonna end up in Goodwill. No, por eso te digo, I want to be turned into a stone, like a little gem. It can be ¿cómo se dice?
A necklace?
No, sí, pero like
A ring?
like when you pass an item down.
Like the one that the old lady dropped into the ocean?
Ándale, but what is it? What is it called?
It's like,
Like when
A locket?
Heirloom or what is it?
I don't know. I have no idea what-
Okay, yeah. I want to be an heirloom so that all the generations get me. And
I don't think that's the name of
I'm
it.
stalking. Yes, I have confirmation.
Yes?
Yeah, so that can be passed down from generation to generation to generation, and be a stalker at everybody's wedding.
Oh.
And disapprove of the bride and the groom, whoever, you know.
What if they don't approve you?
¿Eh?
What if they don't approve you to be there?
Pues yo voy a hacer el engagement ring. Ivan makes fun of me every time
Excuse me, I have a question.
And
I have a question. God damn. I feel like the middle child here. That everybody ignores me. So, what if Josie has only sons?
Well, then I would still be an
Hold on.
engagement ring.
And what if that tu nuera? No, su nuera de Josie, right? Nuera. That doesn't want to get the ring back. What's gonna happen?
I'm gonna end up in
I'm
a
gonna
pawn
have-
shop.
I'm gonna come back from the dead.
We can come back together.
Jalarla de las putas greñas.
Yeah.
You just want to fight everybody,
Mira.
dead or alive.
Mira,
What is going on?
when that happens, mira, tú vienes and you flicker the lights because I think we have limited energy. You flicker the lights and you're going to be in charge of slamming the doors and I'm going to box the because if anybody's going to box anybody, it's going to be me.
That's a good idea.
This is true. You would be on board with this plan.
Yeah.
Look at your
I'm
halo
gonna need
glowing.
I'm gonna need my mana to be back with Josie's son.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not gonna let take her soul
But
y empeñarlo for $20. Imagínate.
oh my God.
Imagínate.
That's all I'm worth.
No, imagínate que le
Yeah,
den
and
nomás 20.
in 500 years from now, that'll be like $1.
Yeah, like think about it.
I'm gonna
Desperate
be
times,
worthless.
man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. Man, we unlocked.
A lot of fears.
A lot. And there's a lot more fears
There are.
to go.
But this was good conversation to have, honestly, when you think about life and how it evolves. Like, this is one of the things, like when you have your fears as a child and then they develop into fears as a young mom, and now we're thinking about the future now that we have kids.
Yeah, deja de eso. It's always good to like talk about stuff like that.
Yeah, because I'm still shocked at what your fear is. I can't believe I didn't know that.
I'm shocked too. No, es que yo estaba acá chillando yo solita.
I didn't see
Well, that's because when I had my moment, you decided to it up.
Sorry.
Anyways, I'll cry next episode. Okay, y'all.
Now I feel bad.
Good. You should.
You almost cried. You want me to punch you in the eye so you cry?
It's aggressive.
I can't stand you.
She is aggressive.
Well, anyways, thanks for joining us on this week's episode. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
And Spotify and YouTube.
Tune in every week. And if you haven't listened, you're disowned. Go follow, catch up.
And let us know your fears.
Yeah.
We'd like to know what yours are. See if we can unlock some new ones from yours.
Or you can unlock some for us.
Yep. All right, guys. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, ready?
Trauma.
But do they sound the same?
Ready?
Drama, pero no drama. I'm just going to say drama because you guys always make fun of me.
No.
What comes out? You're saying that.
Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome to this week's of Drama, pero no.
This week's of
3, 2, 1.
Hi, guys. Welcome to this week's of Trauma.
When Missy opens, it's probably
She can say it however she wants.
Shut up, Nani. Hi, guys. Welcome to this week's episode of Drama, pero no drama. What? What now?
Vanilla blinking extra fast. Blink, blink, blink.
Okay, I'm ready.